Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Yep, it's the world's most dangerous morning show, The Breakfast Club. Charlamagne the God, Angela Yee, DJ Envy is on vacation, and I can't think of nobody that I wanted to talk to more this week than this man that is here right now. Tank his head, goddammit.
Come on, I'm in this
We have some great new album
I'm in this
promotion.
motherfucker.
Because there is an album out, Elevation.
It's
out
an
today.
album out.
Yes.
Elevation.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
you was doing on lip service, promoting.
I was trying to promote my album.
Got
And his
you.
tour. He's on tour
And
with
my
Fantasia.
tour, the tour that I'm on with Fantasia. It's her tour, but I'm on tour with her. We're doing really well. Robin Thicke, The Bonfire. It's going really well.
Well, you always on tour. You've been Tank. You have no shortage of money.
No, I do dates, but
Yes.
the tour is different.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Where we actually line it up, package it, promote it, just a different kind of thing.
You're one of the few R&B artists who stay on the road.
Yeah, I mean, me and Genuine.
Got you.
Genuine's always on the road. I don't know how he does it.
But forget all that.
Yeah.
How many dicks do you have to suck?
And that's the problem with this. I don't know.
We got everything out the way. We promoted the album, the show. Now, how many dicks do you have to suck to be gay,
First, I
Tank?
don't know. First of all, this is the problem. She did this.
Okay, tell
It's
me.
my
Break it
fault.
down.
She did.
I only saw the edited version.
We were talking about lies.
Right. L'Oreal said that she was with this guy who was a liar.
Right.
And you said if you tell 2 lies, then you're not a liar.
Well, I was saying that he hasn't become a liar. He said he only lied twice about those 2 things. I said, so I'm not sure if he's a liar yet. He just felt a need to lie about those 2 things.
Was he lying about dick sucking?
And then Miss Angela says, well, what about if you suck a dick? I was like, well, how did we get here? Like, you could see my disposition. I didn't like where this was going.
So why didn't you stop it, Tank?
I don't know. I just started talking.
The thing about Tank is that Tank always want to prove his point, right?
I
He's
wanted to
great at-
prove. I didn't want to back down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
You know-
now I'm trapped in between 2 dicks, right? I don't know what the fuck is going on, just right here in the hard place.
And as Biggie said, you find yourself with 2 dicks and no chick, you'd be in some serious shit.
Just some serious. So
Yeah, so you was with 3 chicks, 4 chicks.
so I don't know. Like I'm not an
know.
expert on how many.
So you was
dicks it
so you,
takes
so you was
to
just
get there.
talking.
Well, also this too. I also was speaking from what I feel is a behavior standpoint, right?
Okay.
If you participate in an act, that doesn't necessarily make you part of that thing.
But if you
now,
put-
if
but
it becomes
twice.
if it becomes, I don't know if that's what
If
it
you're in
takes.
the act twice.
I don't know.
You said
Listen,
twice.
Tank's
we were
point was,
talking about
he said if
twice.
you're a
No,
construction
Tank.
worker and you do it 2
I
times,
did construction a couple times, but
Right.
I'm not a construction worker.
but you could be.
But I'm not.
But
I
if you
never
commit-
reverted back
It's on
and
your
said-
resume.
I never said construction worker felt good to
It
me.
should be on
I'm
your
gonna go back
resume.
over there and do that.
If you commit murder twice, you a murderer.
If you do it once, you're
If you
a
rob
murderer.
2 banks, you a bank robber.
Well, but see, we're talking about something different because we were talking about, or I'm talking about the exploration process of trying to find yourself
Yes.
sexually.
If you suck 2 penises in your life as a man, you may not be gay, but at the least you're bisexual.
At the least, you were
Gay?
at one point.
Because that's
if
like
you
saying
don't
if you-
continue that behavior,
Right.
at one point you were that.
So being gay is a habit.
Being gay
It's a choice. Well, not a choice, but it's a
It's
lifestyle.
not always a choice, but
It's
it's
a
a
lifestyle.
complete
It's not a choice.
lifestyle.
Got you.
You don't get to, dip in and dip out. Like it's a real war going on in terms of how
Right.
people are born and how people live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just don't get to dibble and dabble. Either you are or you aren't.
Now, what
you can't
if you?
snack on the dick.
You
have
can't
to have
snack.
a steady
No, you
diet.
gotta have a steady diet.
Now, what if you were? What if, say, you are gay, but then you engage in heterosexual
But
activity?
that happens too.
Right. And so
Because
does
I
that
know-
mean?
Because I know a lot of gay men who kiss girls.
Yeah,
But they
yeah.
don't consider themselves heterosexual. Like, no, I'm gay.
Isn't that bi though?
I don't know.
So why did you start the conversation?
She did this
Why are we
shit.
always talking about things we have
I'm
no?
trying to defend my point. I am trying not to back down. It's 4 women against 1 man. I don't want to lose.
I'ma tell-
So for the record, I don't know how many dicks it takes.
You know what I learned?
I don't know.
You got to stop defending liars, and that's what the whole moral of this story is. Stop defending liars.
No, Angela, when we're talking about some different shit, you got to stop bringing up dicks.
Actually, oh yeah, that is true. But she
'Cause
only
you
brought
know-
up 1 dick. You came with 2.
Because the lie had to do with 2. I was trying to win the lying argument. You stop this shit.
Oh, my
I have
God,
an album out.
I think that states should have a 3 suck law. So I think if you suck 3 dicks, just like you got the 3 strike law, then
No.
you got to register as gay.
Well, listen, I think, as I go back to, there's an exploration process. And this speaks to the double standard. Women are allowed to explore and and play and do all of these things, and they don't get boxed into a thing.
Right.
And I think for men, there's a scary thing as it pertains to being gay. You know what I'm saying? That's the scariest thing for a man to feel like it's been put on him.
I think it's a lot of nuance, though. I don't think that people are necessarily tripping off the fact that of being gay. It's just the fact that your whole life you've been taught same-sex relationships mean that you're gay. So you said somebody did it twice, but said they're not gay. So that's really just defying everything people have learned through our lives. Like, what do you mean that's not gay?
It does throw you off, right? But it still speaks to an act versus an existence.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe that was just too much for the internet to, you know what I'm saying, to break down at one time because nobody actually stopped.
And just to clarify, you didn't say you were gay.
I didn't
so
say,
for people saying that you say that you
and
sucked two dicks.
I sucked the dicks twice,
You just
so
did
I know. Like
that's how it got to me. No, I'm be honest. The information came to me like Tank was on Angela Yee's podcast. I had a group chat. It was like Tank was on Angela Yee's podcast saying he sucked 2 penises. I'm like, what?
I have not. I haven't. I just want to be clear.
I'm just telling you, that's how it's like a game of telephone.
Right. So
by the time it got
to you,
I was like, Tank said what?
Yeah.
I'm like, why would he just randomly volunteer that information?
I don't like it. I don't like it. But no, it's not. And then, you know, I heard you say yesterday, like, what does it have to do with homophobia, right?
Yes.
And it's crazy because when people are on in the comments and everything, and they're throwing gay at me, they're not throwing gay at me in a sense, oh, he's different but still special. No, they're throwing gay at me like rocks in a Chinese protest.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? In an effort to try to tear me down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that because I looked at it.
So that's the problem with that. They're not speaking in a sense of, oh, he's just not like us. They're like, no, he's damned. I hope he chokes on the dick. Like, that's what they're doing. And so I think that part is wrong.
If you're still choking on dick, you need to suck more than 2.
I don't do that.
Because if you suck more than 2, you have experience.
I don't have no experience.
I can understand why you would choke on it if you only did it twice.
I don't understand. I don't understand, Charlamagne. I'm not falling into this shit again.
I get called gay all the time. I've said some wild stuff in the middle of just talking conversation.
I've said some wild things. I've worn blouses before. I've been in
You were in here with your legs up.
I was in here with my legs up. We've had this moment, right? But
talking about back to the blouse. When you wear a blouse?
I'm saying some shirts just don't always come out the men's section. That's not the point.
Tank?
I was about to throw somebody else under the bus. They do it too, but that's not what I'm gonna do.
Who else wears blouses?
I'm not saying a blouse. I'm just saying a silk shirt that's open, kind of shows your breast area up here.
Your chest area, Tank.
Breast
Men don't have breasts.
Breast sectionals.
Men don't have breasts. Tank, you're not helping yourself right now.
I beg to differ.
Wow.
How did all this happen?
Tank like the men I've seen. But I don't think it was homophobia though, bro.
How
is it not?
I do think you received some homophobia, but
no, not some. Gang.
I think a lot of us just wanted to know, well, what is considered gay?
They didn't want to know what's considered gay. They wanted to consider me gay.
They wanted to change the whole story.
Because you even said that, because you even thought that, you're gay.
Yeah, I can see how people would think that.
That's how you got it.
It's not a fair assessment of me having an opinion. Now, it's a clip. Now, people who did their due diligence and went and watched the video, there was clarity for them. It's like, oh, I get what he's saying. Not that I have to agree with it, but I do get what he's saying.
Yeah, I don't ever think about it that deep. I think we can have conversations like that. Like I don't think you're gay because you talk about that.
I don't think that either. But we're talking about social media.
Yeah.
And those people don't think past the 30 seconds.
Everybody watches a clip and then they think they know the whole story.
They don't think past the 30 seconds.
And they want the joke out of it too.
And they want the joke. They want a reason to be evil. They having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? They're stuck in whatever position in life, whatever they're stuck in, and this is their outlet. This is their release to somehow tear whoever else down, whatever.
Other than that, it was a great episode, by the way.
I thought it was a great episode.
Yeah, it was really fun.
It was really fun.
Did you get called gay more now with this or when you was up here talking about you like to get your ass eaten? Which I agreed with you on.
I think this might have been, this might have took the cake. This might have took the cake. Because at least with the salad tossing thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, the dick hadn't gotten involved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think once the dick got involved, then it became a whole different level.
Man, I can't wait to see how much Dank tweets how he chops this up. This is gonna be so
It's gonna
good.
be so bad and good at the same time. I have an album out.
Well, take one more question. If you have sex with a man twice,
I don't know. I don't know. I've never had sex with a man. I don't plan on having sex with a man. I don't know. Angela.
You know niggas gonna be yelling 2 dicks at you in the street, right? 2 dicks! You know that's coming, right? His album's out right now, though.
My album is out, man.
Elevation.
What's the? I don't even know. Oh, Elevation.
Elevation.
I don't even know.
Got you.
This is wild, man. You're supposed to be here for me, man.
I was with you, but I'm gonna tell you something. That was a good conversation. But it sparked a lot of good dialogue.
If people listen to both sides, it'll spark good dialogue.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it's just hate, then for those people it won't go anywhere.
And I like it because I think it does expose a lot of people's fragile masculinity.
Absolutely.
Because I mean, like, if you're sitting around with 4 women, why can't you have that conversation? Even if you were sitting around with some guys, why couldn't you have that conversation?
Well, I mean, then they bring up a bunch of things like, oh, so it makes sense that he performed at Gay Pride and all of these things. I'm like,
you got on a pink hoodie now. They'll say that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Saint Laurent made it in this color. I mean, which one?
Yeah.
I'm just a fan of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I feel like we all are different for a reason, and those differences shouldn't separate us and shouldn't make us hate each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At some point, let's sit down and have a conversation and understand our differences, and maybe on some level we can help each other. Understand something higher. You know what I'm saying? Come to some resolution to put these pieces back together and become whole. I don't know, but I'm just a fan of human beings, and I think that there needs to be more love and compassion in terms of what everybody's going through versus just tearing people down, man. I just don't subscribe to it.
And I said,
I
you're
don't
great.
subscribe to judgment. I don't subscribe to hate. I just don't do it.
You're great at having conversations like that. And I did say this. I didn't think it was a big deal when it happened. I didn't even think about it. Like, we had the conversation. I left. I wasn't like, oh, my God, I can't believe what Tank said. I didn't think anything of it.
It was the
because I
clip.
was there.
It was a clip.
It was a clip.
Yeah, in the context of it. And I didn't, say, when I saw the clip, I was like, now, when did Tank just randomly say that? I had to go back and look and see it in full context. So
Yeah, because I mean, if you get a text and it says, "Yo, Tank just was on Angelique's lip service, and he said that if you suck 2 dicks, you're not gay," and then you go look at the clip, and the first thing you just look at the clip, and you're like,
there.
"I suck 2 dicks, I'm not gay."
And so,
what?
You'd be amazed at the things you're teaching our black men, and you're helping with this white supremacist agenda. Like, what are y'all talking about?
yeah, I saw some of that too. Like, you guys are pushing this
You
agenda.
guys are pushing this. I said, no, I made a joke about.
Right.
What's the best joke you saw about yourself this week? Though?
I saw a picture with me and a bag of sugar.
I love sugar.
Next to me.
Sugar in the tank is
Sugar-
great.
it
You
was-
should play off that.
It was. I'm not gonna do it.
You should play off that.
No, I'm
you
not
could
gonna.
write a whole record about fragile masculinity and toxic masculinity.
I am not here advocating for anything
Tank, you seem
Other than my album.
my album and love each other.
Yes, but
one
that's,
another.
That's part of the love. I can listen to your music. Your music throughout the years has always been about embracing the
What's the
divine,
hook?
the divine feminine.
On the toxic masculinity song, what's the hook?
The divine feminine is the sweetness, right? And you're in tune with your divine feminine energy.
I'm.
The sweetness is the sugar.
Nope.
The sugar in the tank.
Nope.
Come on, bro.
No.
You see, I gotta be in some of these marketing meetings, man.
No, you do not need to be in none of my marketing meetings.
Listen,
I am done.
Did you write "Slave for Life," Jennings? I think you wrote that record.
I did not
bro.
write that record.
I do, because you defended that. You defended those
No,
lyrics. I know y'all got a song together.
No, I didn't defend his lyrics. I defended his creativity.
Right. You have the right to be creative.
You have a right to be creative.
That is true.
I didn't defend his lyrics. There have been slave references and all of these things since in the hip hop world and all of these things, and nobody was mad until a guy actually put melody to it.
That's not true. Because Lil Wayne, it's not necessarily a slave reference, but when he said beat that ass up like Emmett Till, or beat that pussy up like Emmett Till, radio
Beat it like a cop. They played the record.
No, radio bleeped that line.
It was a top 10 record.
Yeah, but radio took that line out, and on streaming services now, that line isn't in there.
Even if they took the line out, the line is in the song.
There was no outrage.
There was no
No,
outrage.
there was. It just wasn't no social media back then.
It didn't stop the record from doing anything, though.
But they took it out. They took that line
They
out.
didn't replace it with another line. They
No,
just bleeped it.
they
Right
bleeped
here,
it.
go.
Yep.
Right here goes the other line.
It goes,
and when people sang along with the song, they didn't stop singing right there. They said the line.
But they still took it out.
It didn't stop the record from performing well in all of these outlets.
But it was a good record.
If anything, if that record if there was so much outrage surrounded around the record, they shouldn't have played the record.
But it was a good record. Like
so you're saying if it's a good record, you could say
it's not a good record.
Why not? Why is it not a good record?
It's not a good record. I told Life that when he was here. It's just not a good record.
So you're saying if it's a good record, you can say whatever you want in it?
I don't think that's fair.
I think if it's a good record, are you saying that if it's the reason Life's not playing is because of the content? Because I'm saying it's not playing because it's not a good record.
I think that if the problem is content overall, then whether the record is good or bad, it shouldn't be played if we're going to set a bar.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? At the time, Lil Wayne was burning on fire.
Mm-hmm.
There's not going to be a Lil Wayne record that nobody's not going to play. But as we speak to the content side of it, if we're measuring content on the same bar, on the same level, then if it's damaging, if it's, you know what I'm saying, if it's in that space, you can't play it.
You like that Life record? Life is a great artist. He's made great music. Let's be honest, Tank. Do you like that record? Just sonically. Forget the content, just when you hear it.
I am not going to say that is Life's best record.
Okay.
I'm not going to say.
That's all. Because people think I'm hating when I say
I'm going to say that the record that I'm on is the record.
We heard that. Did we play that? We played that one morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, play it again. The record that I'm on with Life, when he sent me that record, I wanted to steal that record.
Wow.
I said, let me have a record. He said, no, I need you on it.
Got you.
That's a record. That's a Life record. When I say Life is an amazing artist, amazing songwriter, that's what I expect to hear from Life.
Absolutely. We talk about comedians, right? And comedians having to, I guess, monitor themselves. Do you have to do that as a songwriter now? Because, people are so sensitive.
I don't really tap into much evasive content.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like mine is pretty. I write my life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not out here doing.
You're not trying to be controversial. In your songs.
I'm not out here being controversial in my real life.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really have to censor that. You know what I'm saying? I'm writing what I'm going through.
When Fantasia was up here, she was talking about getting married and what made her decide, okay, this is what I need to do with myself in order for me to accept this love. What did you need to do for you to be able to accept the love to get married?
I had to accept myself. You know what I mean? Because I had been married before, and I didn't want to make the same mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I didn't want to fail, and so a lot of me getting to the point of finally saying that I'm ready was getting over the fact that I had failed, and I had failed so badly. You know what I mean? As a man, as a father, as a husband. You know what I'm saying? I can admit that I wasn't that guy. You know what I mean? And so that part, I held on to that for a very long time. And it made me very gun shy. I was like, I can't do that again. I don't want to do that again. And when I finally came to terms with, the idea of that, I can do it. I can do it. I can be better. I can do better. I owe her better. That's when it, came full circle.
That's interesting because I learned that lesson from my fathers and my uncles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like watching all of their relationships not work out, like their marriages end in divorce and stuff like that. So when you're a man and you're wilding and engaging in that kind of behavior with your significant other, you're like, I don't want it to end like that. But you actually went through it because I'm a first generation of everything that I am, of everything that I've seen and everything that I've gone through. So there was no blueprint for me. You know what I mean? There wasn't, really nobody in my corner saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, no, navigate it this way or navigate it that way. Like, I was just thrown into the fire. You know what I'm saying? I'm 24 years old with a hit record touring the country. Oof. Newly married, new baby. You know what I'm saying? So girls throwing their panties on stage.
Girls throwing everything on stage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I just wasn't equipped mentally or physically. I was a kid.
That's smart, though.
Yeah, I didn't have it. And I just, like I said, I wanted to be better for this moment.
Did you know that then? Or did your emotional IQ get higher as you got older?
Got higher as I got older.
Got you.
The more I went through. No, I was young and dumb.
So back then you probably was cheating a whole lot and then telling your wife what?
Whatever I could tell her. You know what I mean?
You lucky to be with me?
No. I've never been that guy.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I was always I got to hide it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know,
which makes you feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah, well, back to that, yes. I was a liar.
How many lies? 1 or 2? I'm just asking. How many lies was it, Tank?
Lying at that point was a lifestyle. But like I said, you gotta learn and you gotta grow and you gotta do better.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just have to, or you won't get the most out of what's supposed to be yours.
How important is it the people you surround yourself with too? Because
Extremely.
When it comes to relationships.
Extremely. You have to be around like-minded people, and also people who share your situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Other married people.
Yeah, it's tough being married around a bunch of single dudes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Those guys want to go to strip club. They want to hit, you know what I'm saying? They want to hit the bar. You know what I'm saying? They want to go searching down Broadway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the hours that they want to keep are different. You know what I'm saying? I got to do school drop-offs.
Word.
I can't keep those hours.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that, you kind of surround yourself with people who also want to protect you.
And when you don't even want to hear the stories no more. Like, don't tell me none of your wild sexcapades when it comes to your homeboys. Oh, you still want to hear him?
He's like, I don't
That's
mind.
all I got.
Yeah.
That's all I got left. That's it. I was like, word?
You know what?
That's what's going on right now?
I don't. When they go out the country, when I got single homeboys who go out the country, I want to know
You
about
want to know
it.
what's going
In
on
America,
here.
I'm like,
you seen that.
Did all that.
You seen that, yeah. So let me
yeah.
listen. So my eyes and my ears is all I got left.
Absolutely.
That's it.
So you like living vicariously?
Sometimes.
Got you.
Sometimes I'm like, man, word. Tell me how it went down.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's because Tank likes
your
conversation and he
He loves
enjoys
conversation.
discussing things, even if it's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Even if it's not first person, because most times it's not first person.
Do you write your music that way too, from other people's experiences?
Most of my music is my experience, and sometimes I'm able to extract information. Like I said, I love to engage in conversation. You know what I'm saying? I love to push the line, in terms of understanding and what it's supposed to be or not supposed to be, for that matter. And that's where I come up with some of these concepts. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's why material for me is kind of unlimited, because I don't never stop talking.
What would Jesus do? I'm sure that's about Jesus, right?
What would Jodeci do?
What would Jodeci do?
Yeah, Kanye's doing the gospel album.
I'm
doing the R&B album.
Dang.
You feel what I'm saying?
What would Jodeci do, Tank?
What would Jodeci
That's
do?
a tough. Now, see, that intrigues me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's that song. Yeah.
What would
Produced by Harmony, written by who wrote that?
You don't write your own music?
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't write your own music, Tank? I thought you write your own music.
No, I write most of my music, but
Yeah.
I don't mind getting a song
Or
from somebody who's written the dope. It's my guy. He's gonna be so mad watching this interview. He newly ripped now.
he probably don't want you to shout him out after hearing about them 2 dicks this week. So don't.
City High.
Oh, okay.
Ryan Toby. That's my guy. That's
What up,
that's
Ryan?
like my bro. I'm forgive me right now. Ryan Toby wrote that record. He brought it to me. I said, "This is a smash."
What
I
would
need it.
Jodeci do though? In what situation? Like, what is this concerning?
Well, the song is constructed with a bunch of Jodeci moments in the song.
Ah, shit.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of lyrical and melodic tie-ins.
Can we play
with
that?
Jodeci. Yeah, of course you can play it. Absolutely.
Let's play what would
play all
Jodeci
of
do.
it.
It's Freaky Friday.
Play the
all
whole
of it.
album.
Yeah, play the whole album.
It's Freaky Friday.
Because that's why I'm here.
Oh, okay.
What's Dirty about?
Dirty? It is about being dirty.
Yeah.
After I felt like we could go one more level
Wow.
Got you.
Above When We.
without completely, you know what I'm saying, being all the way out of pocket.
All right.
There's one more level we can get to. After Dirty, there's nowhere else we can go.
You know, I heard
We gotta cut that
I
off.
heard a dope song that I don't think it's released yet. It's you and Duval and Jacquees.
Yeah.
Called Nasty.
Yeah.
They should have put that out this week, right after your comment. They should have.
Come on, Duval, drop that shit.
Drop that Nasty Duval.
It's a dope song. Like I'm a fan of Duval. I love what he's doing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like the idea of him throwing on some slacks, tucking the shirt in, and singing, singing some grown R&B.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really cool. And he's packing houses all over the country, all over the world with it.
Have you heard his R&B song "Dropping Dick Off"?
Yeah.
You should jump on that too right now.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to be
I didn't know
associated
that
with
really was a
anything.
song.
No, it is.
I don't want to be associated with anything with that word in it.
With dicks?
I'm not saying that word no more.
So if Dick's Sporting Goods come to
No.
you right now and Dick's Sporting Goods say we want to give you an endorsement deal, you're not going to take it?
No.
I don't believe you.
No, not right now.
And now, see, now you have fragile masculinity. Now your
Well,
masculinity
look at what
is
I've
looking very
gone through in the last
I don't
24
care.
hours.
You
It's not my fault.
No, stand on them dicks, man.
No, I will
stand
not.
strong.
No. Why are you doing this?
What did your wife
Why
have
don't you
to?
talk about my album?
What does she have to say about all this?
She doesn't like it.
What did she say?
She doesn't like it.
What did she say?
Because her DMs are filled with your man is sucking. Like that's what's going on. That's what she has to deal with. Are you sucking him with him? Like that's what she's going
Oh
through.
my God, that's
Oh, no.
so disrespectful.
No,
That's what's
man.
going on.
Nobody's saying that.
Absolutely
Stop, man.
saying it.
Stop, man.
Absolutely saying it.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
That's awful.
It's really hard out here, man. Paul,
Yes.
Oh my God.
No need to say that in
Why?
a conversation about dicks, Tank. We know it's hard out there.
this-
I just took my CMOS. All right, man.
And Amari Hardwick's on the album a couple of times.
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
What's their affiliation with Amari Hardwick?
That's my brother, man.
Y'all look like y'all could be brothers for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've even taken pictures as Ghost. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like girls, oh my God, it's
You,
Ghost.
Amari, and Michael Jai White.
Michael J. I get
Yeah.
that too. I get that too. And I was the girls, you're Ghost. I'm like, yeah. So can I take a picture? Sure. And we take a picture, and hopefully later she'll find out that I'm Tank. But he's I think he's just extremely gifted, man. His mixture of spoken word, the poetry, the rap, the way he does that, I think is really, really dope. And I've even told him like it's important that people hear this. You know what I'm saying? It's because it's very, very inspirational when someone is actually really, really taking the time to curate their craft and be really, really good at it. Because we live in a time where you just don't have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where you can just get anything off. And he's really taken the time to become really, really good, well-studied, well-versed at what he does.
It's interesting when you hear him because we know him, so much from seeing him on Power, and then you see him doing the spoken word and the music, and you're like, oh, because
Yeah,
at first
you
it's
don't
like a
realize it.
hard transition
Yeah.
in your head.
And
That's how I think for Jamie Foxx at first, as a comedian and as an actor, and then seeing him sing, I feel like they have it a little harder to break through.
Well, yeah, because
People don't take him serious.
Yeah, because people are just locked into a thing, and that's people get selfish. Like that's the only time they want to take you out of the box. You know what I'm saying? And use you is when you're doing that thing, and when you're done with that, they want to put you back in the box. But I just wanted to use my platform to give him the space and freedom to be all that he is. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to wait or tiptoe in terms of what you have to offer. Just because this is so massive and people are so locked in or dialed in into what this thing is. No, we're gonna show him this too. And I'm gonna use my album to do it. Here we go. And he has two really dope moments. So he starts the album and the song This featuring Sean Stockman and him.
From Boys and Men?
Yeah.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah. So I mean the reaction to that record is through the roof. That might be the next one.
Word.
Yeah.
All right, that's Tank, man. I think we got enough from Much Dank to make a great video. And yeah, your album's out.
Say something nice about my album, man.
I haven't heard it yet. If it's as entertaining as the conversation you had on Lip Service, though, about them two dicks,
It's a really
Man.
It's a really good album.
Right.
It's my best work yet. And I feel like it's my best
Okay.
work yet.
No, that's important, and you have
Yeah.
so much great work, so that's something to live up to. So people are going to be listening
I'm very happy about this.
and comparing it.
Yeah, I'm extremely happy about this. You can't tell me
I'm
nothing.
definitely, we about to play What Would Jodeci Do right now, so you can introduce that.
Oh, let's play that. Yeah, what would Jodeci do? Harmony, Ryan Toby. I'm just a singer on this one, man. Very inspirational. Jodeci was one of my favorite groups. Helped shape the fabric of everything that I am musically. Let's rock that. Let's lock that in.
What would
Off the
Jodeci
elevation.
do if they were approached with a question like they got on Lip Service about a dick?
Jodeci is not even. Jodeci probably getting up and leaving.
But thanks
I'll
for
tell you
staying.
that. Jodeci getting up and leaving. Man, I'm out. I ain't got time for this.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Because in those times you didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
This is 2019. Now you talk about anything.
Right, you can.
You can.
And
Angela?
you should be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Tank. It's The Breakfast
Why are
Club.
you looking at me?